Welcome, Sigma ladies. Today, we're venturing into an exhilarating and enlightening journey through a unique type of leadership, one that transcends the traditional need for constant validation, applause, or external approval. This is a leadership style that thrives in the shadows, yet commands deep respect and unwavering influence. The Sigma female leads with a quiet confidence that draws others to her effortlessly, not because she seeks attention, but because her presence alone speaks volumes. In a world where leadership is often equated with loudness, authority, and the relentless pursuit of the spotlight, the Sigma female stands as a refreshing counterbalance. She doesn't need to raise her voice to be heard or chase accolades to feel validated. Her leadership is rooted in her authenticity, her ability to navigate life with calm precision, and her unique approach to influencing others. Rather than seeking to control, she empowers. Rather than craving attention, she draws people in with her quiet strength. The beauty of Sigma female leadership lies in its subtlety and depth. It's not about imposing power over others, but about mastering the self. It's about understanding that true leadership comes from within and is reflected in how you treat others, how you approach challenges, and how you remain true to yourself no matter what the world demands. So, if you've ever felt that traditional definitions of leadership don't quite resonate with you, if you're someone who values independence, authenticity, and deep thought over superficial displays of power, then this episode is for you. Together, we'll uncover the secrets behind how Sigma females lead without ever needing to stand in the spotlight. And before we dive into these empowering insights, don't forget to subscribe to the Sigma Lady channel. Let's continue this journey of self-discovery and empowerment, embracing the quiet strength that defines us. Because Sigma doesn't follow, she is followed. 1. The silent commander. Sigma females are the epitome of leading through action rather than words. In a world filled with people clamoring to be heard, the silent commander operates differently. She doesn't walk into a room announcing her presence, nor does she feel the need to project authority through loud declarations. Instead, her presence alone is enough to command attention. This is because the Sigma female has mastered the art of silent leadership, leading through example, decision-making, and an unspoken aura of strength. Imagine walking into a high-stakes boardroom meeting where everyone is vying for dominance. People are talking over one another, each trying to make their voice the loudest. And yet, sitting in the midst of the chaos is the Sigma female. She doesn't interrupt, doesn't feel the need to assert herself with empty words. Instead, she listens intently, observes carefully, and waits. Her stillness in the face of such noise makes her stand out more than anyone else in the room. When she finally speaks, it's with purpose, clarity, and precision. And because she hasn't filled the air with meaningless chatter, her words carry weight. People stop and listen, not because they're forced to, but because they want to. This ability to lead with quiet confidence is a hallmark of Sigma female leadership. Unlike leaders who feel the need to constantly assert their dominance, the Sigma female knows that real power comes from within. She doesn't need validation from others because she knows her own worth. This inner strength is what makes her such a compelling leader. People follow her not because she demands it, but because they trust her judgment and respect her authenticity. Additionally, the Sigma female is unflappable in the face of adversity. While others may panic or react impulsively, she remains calm and collected. This is because she understands that true leadership is about maintaining control over oneself, even when everything around you seems chaotic. Her ability to stay grounded in difficult situations not only helps her navigate challenges effectively, but also inspires those around her to do the same. Sigma females embody the philosophy that actions speak louder than words. They don't feel the need to broadcast their achievements or seek recognition for every success. Instead, they let their work and decisions speak for themselves. This quiet strength makes them incredibly powerful leaders, ones who don't need the spotlight to shine. 2. Master of influence, not authority. In a world where many leaders rely on titles, status, and formal authority to assert their power, Sigma females approach leadership in an entirely different way. For them, True leadership isn't about forcing others to follow them because of their rank or position. Instead, it's about cultivating genuine influence. Influence that isn't handed to them because of a title, but earned through wisdom, trust, and deep, meaningful connections with those around them. Picture this. A Sigma female in a corporate environment may not hold the highest rank or the most prestigious title, yet she is the one that her colleagues turn to for advice, for solutions, and for support. Her influence doesn't stem from her position in the hierarchy, but from her ability to understand people, read situations, and offer insights that others may miss. This ability to influence comes from the Sigma female's deep sense of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. She doesn't lead by exerting control over others. Instead, she leads by guiding them, encouraging them, and showing them the way. This doesn't mean that Sigma females shy away from positions of power or authority, but rather that they don't need those positions to feel powerful. Their strength comes from within, not from the external validation that so many others seek. They recognize that true influence is something that can't be given. It has to be earned. And it's earned through trust, through consistency, and through a deep understanding of the people they are leading. Another aspect that sets Sigma females apart is their ability to inspire without coercion. They don't believe in forcing people to follow their lead. Instead, they lead in a way that makes others want to follow them. Whether it's through their calm demeanor in stressful situations, their thoughtful approach to decision-making, or their genuine care for the people around them, Sigma females inspire loyalty and respect naturally. People follow them because they respect their judgment, not because they feel obligated to do so. Sigma females also understand the power of influence over authority in building lasting relationships. Authority may be temporary, it can be lost or taken away, but influence, once earned, is enduring. And because they build their leadership on a foundation of trust and respect, Sigma females create relationships that last, even when they are no longer in positions of formal authority. This is why their leadership is so effective. It transcends titles and hierarchies, becoming something far more meaningful and impactful. In a world where so many leaders are focused on asserting control, Sigma females prove that the most powerful form of leadership is the one that doesn't rely on authority at all. It's the kind of leadership that comes from a place of empathy, understanding, and quiet influence, traits that make Sigma females not only respected, but also unforgettable. 3. The lone strategist. While many leaders thrive on collaboration and seek constant input from those around them, Sigma females are unique in their ability to operate independently and strategically. They are often referred to as lone strategists because of their comfort with solitude and their ability to think deeply on their own. This doesn't mean that they avoid teamwork or collaboration. Rather, it means that they don't rely on others to make decisions or validate their ideas. Their independence is a source of strength, allowing them to approach challenges with a clear mind and a well-thought-out plan. Sigma females are introspective by nature, which means they spend a lot of time reflecting on their goals, their decisions, and their strategies. This introspection allows them to develop a level of self-awareness and foresight that many other leaders lack. When faced with a challenge, a Sigma female doesn't rush into action. Instead, she takes her time to analyze the situation, consider all possible outcomes, and formulate a strategy that is both thoughtful and effective. Take, for example, a Sigma female who is leading a project at work. While others may be quick to jump into meetings and brainstorming sessions, she steps back and takes a moment of solitude to reflect. During this time, she maps out her strategy, anticipates potential obstacles, and develops solutions before the problems even arise. When she does engage with her team, she's already several steps ahead, with a clear plan in mind. This level of foresight and preparation allows her to lead with confidence, even in high-pressure situations. The lone strategist thrives in solitude because she understands that her greatest strength comes from her ability to think independently. She isn't swayed by the opinions of others or the noise of external pressures. Instead, she trusts her own instincts and relies on her inner wisdom to guide her. This doesn't mean that she dismisses the input of others On the contrary, she values collaboration, but she knows that her true power lies in her ability to think critically and make decisions on her own terms. Being a lone strategist also means that Sigma females are self-sufficient. They don't need constant validation from others to feel secure in their decisions. They are confident in their abilities and trust that they are capable of navigating challenges independently. This independence allows them to take risks, make bold moves, and trust their judgment without needing approval from those around them. In a world where so many leaders rely on external validation, Sigma females are a breath of fresh air. Their ability to lead from a place of quiet confidence and self-sufficiency makes them incredibly effective strategists. They are always thinking several steps ahead, and their independence allows them to approach challenges with clarity and focus. 4. Authenticity as the crown. In a world where many leaders feel pressured to conform to certain standards or present a polished, curated version of themselves, Sigma females stand out for their unwavering authenticity. They don't wear masks or try to fit into a mold of what a leader is supposed to be. Instead, they lead from a place of raw honesty and self-assurance, embracing their true selves without fear of judgment. For Sigma females, authenticity isn't just a leadership trait, it's their crown. It's what makes them so magnetic and inspiring to others. They don't feel the need to put on a show or pretend to be something they're not. Instead, they are unapologetically themselves, flaws and all. This level of authenticity is rare in leadership, but it's what makes Sigma females so effective. People are naturally drawn to them because they can sense that they are real. There's no pretense, no facade. What you see is what you get. This authenticity also means that Sigma females are not afraid to be vulnerable. They understand that being a leader doesn't mean having all the answers or being perfect all the time. It means being open, honest, and willing to admit when you're wrong. Sigma females embrace their imperfections and see them as opportunities for growth rather than as weaknesses to hide. This vulnerability creates deeper connections with those around them, as people appreciate their honesty and feel more comfortable being their true selves in return. One of the most profound aspects of Sigma female leadership is the way they make authenticity their cornerstone. Unlike many leaders who feel the need to hide their vulnerabilities, Sigma females embrace them. They understand that true strength lies in acknowledging one's flaws and working through them. This authenticity fosters deep trust among those they lead, because people can sense when someone is being genuine. In a world where people are constantly filtering their lives, whether through social media or in their professional personas, Sigma females stand as a beacon of realness. They don't play the game of hiding behind a mask or trying to be something they're not. This level of authenticity doesn't just make them relatable, it makes them admirable. People trust Sigma females because they know that they will always get the truth, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it might be. Consider a scenario where a Sigma female is leading a team through a difficult project. Rather than pretending to have all the answers or projecting an air of false confidence, she admits when she's unsure about something or when a challenge is particularly difficult. But she doesn't stop there. Her authenticity doesn't mean she wallows in uncertainty. It means she's open about the process of figuring things out. She'll gather her team, invite input, and be transparent about the steps they need to take to find a solution. This honesty strengthens her leadership, as it invites collaboration, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to overcoming obstacles together. This authenticity also plays a crucial role in how Sigma females build their teams and relationships. Because they lead from a place of honesty and self-awareness, they attract people who value the same traits. Their authenticity creates a culture of openness where team members feel comfortable expressing their ideas, concerns, and even failures without fear of judgment. This fosters an environment of psychological safety where creativity and innovation can flourish. Moreover, authenticity as a leadership trait is incredibly empowering for those who follow a Sigma female. Seeing a leader who is unapologetically herself sends a powerful message to others that they too can lead without compromising who they are. It shows them that they don't need to conform to rigid standards of leadership or suppress their true selves in order to be effective. In this way, The Sigma female's authenticity becomes a ripple effect, inspiring others to embrace their uniqueness and lead with confidence. In a world that often pressures leaders to fit into specific molds, the Sigma female refuses to conform. She doesn't believe in sacrificing her values or her identity for the sake of appearances. Her authenticity is her strength, her crown, and it's what makes her an unforgettable leader. 5. Leading by example, not spotlight. In today's fast-paced world, many leaders are obsessed with being seen, constantly seeking the spotlight, recognition, and praise. They measure their success by how much attention they receive and how often they are celebrated. However, the Sigma female takes a completely different approach. She understands that true leadership isn't about being the center of attention. It's about the impact you make, whether or not anyone is watching. This is where the concept of leading by example comes into play. Sigma females believe in letting their actions speak for themselves. They don't seek external validation or public applause because they know that leadership is not about how visible you are, but about the values you live by and the results you achieve. This approach is incredibly powerful because it shifts the focus from appearing successful to being successful. Sigma females aren't interested in short-term recognition. They are focused on long-term impact. Imagine a Sigma female in a leadership position at a company. She might not be the type to give grand speeches or constantly promote her accomplishments, but her work ethic, integrity, and consistency inspire those around her. While others may be focused on getting credit for their efforts, she's more concerned with doing the right thing, even if no one notices. Her dedication, discipline, and quiet persistence become a model for others to follow. People respect her not because she demands it, but because she earns it through her actions. This leadership by example is especially powerful in environments where there may be a lack of trust or where people are uncertain about who to follow. The Sigma female becomes a beacon of reliability. Her consistency in how she behaves, always upholding her values, always delivering on her promises, builds trust. People begin to see her as someone they can rely on, someone who will always do what's right, even when it's difficult. Furthermore, by leading through action rather than seeking the spotlight, Sigma females create an atmosphere where everyone's contributions are valued, not just their own. They aren't interested in hogging the glory. Instead, they encourage others to step up and take ownership of their work. They believe that leadership is about empowering others, not overshadowing them. This selflessness is what makes Sigma females such effective leaders. They aren't in it for the accolades, they're in it to make a real difference. When a Sigma female leads by example, she also sets a powerful precedent for those who look up to her. She shows that leadership isn't about being the loudest or the most visible. It's about living your values, being true to yourself, and doing the work, whether or not anyone is watching. This quiet, steady leadership is often more impactful than the flashy, attention-seeking styles that are so prevalent in today's world. And perhaps most importantly, Sigma females understand that leading by example is about being consistent in all areas of life. Whether they're at work, with family, or interacting with strangers, they carry the same level of integrity and commitment. This authenticity and consistency build deep respect and trust over time. 6. The unseen architect. The Sigma female's leadership is often likened to that of an unseen architect. She's not interested in standing on stage or receiving accolades for her work. What drives her is the creation of something lasting, meaningful, and impactful. The unseen architect works quietly behind the scenes, designing, building, and ensuring that the foundation is strong. She knows that the true mark of a great leader is not in how much credit they receive, but in the legacy they leave behind. Unlike many leaders who are constantly seeking validation or recognition, the Sigma female is focused on results. She doesn't need to be at the forefront of every project or idea. In fact, she often prefers to work quietly in the background, ensuring that everything is running smoothly and efficiently. This doesn't mean that she's disconnected from her team. On the contrary, she's deeply involved in every aspect of the work, but she doesn't need to be in the spotlight to feel fulfilled. Consider the role of a Sigma female in a creative or entrepreneurial environment. While others might be focused on the public-facing aspects of the business, like marketing, publicity, or being the face of the company, the Sigma female is the one behind the scenes making sure everything functions like a well-oiled machine. She's the one who builds the systems, refines the processes, and ensures that the foundation is strong enough to support growth and success. Without her, the business wouldn't be able to thrive, even if she's not the one getting the public credit. This unseen architect role also applies to how Sigma females lead in personal relationships. They aren't the type to make grand gestures or seek attention for their contributions, but they're always there, quietly supporting, building, and nurturing the bonds that matter most. They're the ones who ensure that the people around them feel valued and supported, even if they don't make a show of it. Their leadership is subtle, but deeply impactful, creating a lasting influence on those they care about. For Sigma females, the unseen architect's role is about creating something that will last long after they're gone. They aren't focused on temporary success or fleeting recognition. They want to build something that endures. This long-term perspective is what sets them apart from leaders who are more concerned with immediate validation. Sigma females are playing the long game, and their ability to think strategically and plan for the future is what makes them such effective leaders. Their quiet, behind-the-scenes leadership may not always be visible, but it's incredibly powerful. The systems they build, the relationships they nurture, and the foundations they lay create a lasting impact that speaks louder than any public recognition ever could. The Sigma female isn't interested in being remembered for her titles or accolades. She wants to be remembered for the work she did, the people she helped, and the legacy she left behind. And so, Sigma ladies, as we conclude this deep dive into the world of Sigma leadership, it's clear that the power of the Sigma female lies not in seeking the spotlight, but in leading with quiet strength, authenticity, and purpose. We've explored how Sigma females embody the silent commander, leading with grace and confidence, even in the midst of chaos. We've seen how they become masters of influence, earning respect not through titles, but through wisdom and understanding. We've discovered how they thrive as lone strategists, using their independence and deep thinking to craft solutions others might miss. Sigma females wear authenticity like a crown, showing us that being true to oneself is the greatest power a leader can possess. They lead by example, letting their actions speak louder than words, and they take on the role of the unseen architect, building lasting legacies behind the scenes, without the need for constant recognition. As you continue your journey as a Sigma female, remember that true leadership comes from within. You don't need to seek validation or approval from others. Your quiet strength and authenticity are enough. You create your own path and others will follow, not because you demand it, but because they are inspired by the way you lead. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to share it with your fellow Sigma ladies, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Together, we'll continue to explore the power of leading with authenticity, purpose, and quiet influence. Until next time, remember, Sigma doesn't follow, she creates the path.